Squad.
I'm Steph.
And I'm Stephanie. Welcome back to the channel, guys.
That's right, StephSquared TV. And if you don't know, well, you do know.
Absolutely.
Before we get into anything, please make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And make sure you turn your post notification bell on so you know every time we're dropping another fire video. Boom!
Who needs sound effects when you have stuff?
Yep.
So today we are doing a bit of a story time. We saw in the comment section that you guys were asking for how we met each other. So that is what we'll be telling you guys today. So grab your popcorn, get yourself a soda or some water, and let's get into the story time. Should we rock, paper, scissors, shoot to see who starts the story?
Why?
I don't know.
Okay. For perspective!
Alright, best 2 out of 3. Oh my gosh! Ready?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. You gotta close your eyes.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't ever rock, paper, scissors. Why the hell do you have to close your eyes, rock, paper, scissors? Who made that rule?
Me, just now. Okay, ready. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, last one. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Alright, you start
You
off.
start first. No, I get to pick who starts first. You start first.
No, whoever wins starts first.
No, that's not. The winner gets to make the rules. I'm telling you. You start first.
Okay, fine.
Exactly how it is. You know what's funny? She probably lost on purpose so that she didn't have to start first.
That's not true.
That's
No.
not true. Yeah, no.
No. So starting off, I used to work downtown Orlando area. And one day, working as a server, or a cocktail waitress, I don't know what you call them, I was in competition with another server to go and serve your girl, Steph. I immediately saw her and I was like...
Technically, the girl was my server first.
Yes, the girl was her server first, but I think either we like... I feel like one was more tentative than the other as far as her tables that she was waiting, so I ended up serving more of Steph's table. Again. After bringing her several drinks and kind of getting to know her, a key point of this whole portion of the beginning of the story is that she's on a date the whole time. So not only am I having a conversation with Steph, but I'm also having a conversation with the person that she was with at the time.
She being a scallywag.
So I met her and I was like, oh, what's your name? She was like, Stephanie. I was like, oh, my name is Stephanie too. So we kind of just ended up talking then and there. So that was our first experience meeting each other. Then fast forward, she came into the bar again. At that point, I don't think I was a server anymore. I think I was a bartender or something like that. And so she had just won a competition that she was doing when she used to do jiu-jitsu, and I mean, it was a big celebratory thing. She came in, she was having fun, blah blah, and we actually got to talk a little bit more. So at that point, I was being a scallywag again, and basically telling her, like, you know, do you have any friends, like, in, you know, because I didn't know much about the Orlando lesbian or gay scene, so I was like, okay, we're kind of like friends, so do you know anyone that is single, that, you know, a friend of yours that I could like maybe do like a date or anything that looks like you? You get what I'm saying? You guys following? She didn't follow.
I remember this story a little bit different. I'm gonna let her finish. We're gonna start this thing again.
So anyways, so after that, there was like a little bit of in between, kind of like she was trying to set me up with other of her friends, and I was just like, again, do you have anybody that looks like you? Because I don't think you're getting my understanding. So fast forward, I hadn't seen her again after that, and one day I was out on a date, and I see her in front of, because I was on a date downtown Orlando, and I see her in front of one of the clubs in downtown Orlando. Again, I was with a date at that time, but I bumped into her, and it was like seeing an old friend. I was like, hi, how are you, this and that and the other. Poor guy that I was on a date with, because got no attention whatsoever. My attention was completely on her, and I was literally about to just, if she said go make a left and go down the street, we're going together.
As I took it, I was like, oh, when you were like, oh, what do you want to do? I was like, oh, we're about to go up in here. You come through.
This is my portion of the story.
You missed some points.
So yeah, so, you know, at that point, so I was talking to her and stuff like that, and I was like, hey, like, where's your girl at? And she told me that she wasn't with her girl at the time, so I was like, oh no, boo-hoo, do you want to go get drinks or anything like that? So I don't think, did we end up switching numbers that night? Probably no, we didn't end up switching numbers that night.
No,
but, anyways, so fast after that, we didn't see each other. We actually separated ways. She continued her night, I continued my night. And then one day I was at the bar that I was working at, and I was having a drink, and I posted the picture of me having a drink, and she was like, oh, I want one. So we ended up talking through Instagram a lot, and which led us to actually have one of our first dates, with which I asked my wife on our first date.
Yep.
And again, being a very scallywag, I was like, oh, let's talk, let's be friends, let's go on a date.
Let's go on a date. Let's hang out.
Yeah. So I was very pushy. I was like, we're going to date. I don't care what you think this is, we're going to date. So I asked her out on a date, and this is, I think, the most funniest part of the story, is because I told her in the message itself, I said, hey, because my wife is very stylish, very fashionable. I was like, hey, don't dress up. I have been working all day, just come in, like, chill clothes, because we're only going to go, like, across the street to get something quick to eat.
Mind you, I wore a t-shirt, jeans, and some sneakers.
Really nice sneakers.
I wore a t-shirt, jeans, and some sneakers, but go ahead.
Anyways, so I'm over here in a hoodie, some joggers. I think I was wearing a jacket on. I looked like a truck had run over me, came back, said, oh gosh, and then ran over me again.
Her hair wasn't done.
And my hair was in a bun. Edges, what are those?
Well, you said bun, I said it wasn't done, but it's alright.
Yeah.
Perspective.
I see her and I'm like, this is terrible. I look like shipwreck. Anyways, so I was like, all right, let's go eat. And we ate at a place. Let's say, for example, we got there at like 6 p.m. We were at the restaurant until they closed. Like, we literally had to be kicked out of the restaurant. And then we ended up,
we didn't have to be kicked out, but they did say they were closing.
Yeah, they were like, we're closing up, basically like, it's time for you guys to go. So yeah, after that we went to the bar that I worked at, had a few drinks, and then we went to, she went to take me to my car, and we ended up making out for not 1, but 2 hours by my car.
45 minutes.
Oh, it felt like 2 hours. By my car, and the rest is history, I feel like. Anything? Okay, now your turn.
Anything,
I was like, anything else? No, not that the viewers should know.
Well, a couple things, I think the story is almost the same, except, again, it's...
What is the perspective? Let's see.
The other side, first off, yes, I was on a date, but I was with my ex, so it was like a couple, being on a date, not just like a 1 or 2 date thing. So I was with my ex, we went to the bar. When I was there, actually, so she came to, or excuse me, so yeah, I was there with my ex, and I'm playing video games, or I'm trying to figure, because it was like a video game bar, so I'm trying to figure out these video games and what I need to do to play them. We have a first server person come bring us some drinks. I didn't like them. They were not my style. Some of them were like girly drinks with like glitter and stuff in them. I wasn't digging it. And the girl was like, no, I got you. And I guess she was trying to figure out stuff that I like. And they just were doing she was doing a terrible job. So, and again, I'm not the kind of person where if you keep bringing me drinks, I'm not going to pay for them, or I'm just going to take this back, It was just like, I was like, this is intolerable. Like, I cannot drink this thing. So I was like, dang, can I see like a menu so I could try to figure something out? And instead, I guess she ended up coming to serve us instead. And, later finding out she kind of stole the table. Let her tell that part.
I'm proud of it.
All right, so then she came. And no, they switched it on good terms. But she came, and she was, I'm not going to say more patient, because the other girl wasn't impatient. It was just, again, she just ended up switching, and then she was like, okay, so, because the other girl was just like, well, I like this and I like that, but she was just more like, well, what do you actually like? What do you like to drink and stuff? And so then, she helped me after a trial and error figure what I liked in that bar. And so, yes, it was great. And then I was drinking it, and she was our server, and it was cool. That night, actually, she told me that she wanted, that's when she was like, oh, because she was actually talking to me, my ex, like, kind of like the whole night, like, we're cool. She was serving us drinks, hanging out, because it's a chill bar, you know, so servers could have hung out, and bartenders could hang out with people and stuff like that. It's like a community bar, I guess you could say. So she was chilling and hanging out, and we were talking, and she said that she was looking for someone. It wasn't the next night, it was that night. She was like, she was looking for someone, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, because my boy is downtown, so let me tell him to come through. So, you know, so I tell my friend to come through, and she was just like, my friend wasn't her type, which is fine, because my friend, she wasn't my friend's type either. And so it was cool, I guess. I was like, okay, well, you know, what do you, I guess I misunderstood what you were looking for. And she was just saying, yeah, you know, more someone like you, like a girl, like, you know. She's like, yeah. And I was like, well, no, that's not true, because I asked her what her type was, and she told me she liked blonde hair, blue eyes.
True.
So I didn't go, you lied. Or you thought you said it and you didn't. So then I was like, oh, boom, you know, I got another friend. So boom, I pull up that person's Instagram. Then actually that person was my ex's best friend's friend, whatever. So then we pulled up her Instagram, showed her, and she's like, oh yeah, this girl's hot. So I was like, okay, great. So then we take a picture with her and send it to her, and like, hey, we found a girl for you at the bar. And they exchanged Instagrams through our hookup pressure. I guess I don't know how to explain it. So we made them exchange Instagrams like that. And so then that's how we end up exchanging social media as well.
Yes.
And then, you know, nights over, whatever, it goes on, I guess. Then another night, yes. Well, we went to the bar a couple times after that, I think, or like one other time after that. But
yeah. But
then I went one time because I had a jiu-jitsu competition. It was actually like my first jiu-jitsu competition, and I had 2 fights that day. So I was like super excited because I had won both, and I got the little gold medal. So I was all like, I got my gold medal. I'm wearing it around my neck all day. I was like wearing it around my neck all day. I went to the bar downtown, everything like with it on my neck. Mind you, then I was actually in some like sweats and a shirt.
I don't remember that.
I think like my competition or team shirt. Yeah, I had like my team shirt on, like my you know, sweats and some sneakers or whatever. But yeah, I was looking like just like hanging out like a gym rat or something. I have my thing, you know, I'm chilling, I'm excited. And so yeah, so we seen her, talked a little bit more, and then I think after that, the next time she did see me, my ex and I had broken up. So she's all like, oh, where's wifey? And I was like, who? Or she was like, bae, or something like that. I was like, who? And she's like, you know. I was like, oh, I don't have one of those. And so, you know, because I don't have one of those.
Opportunity.
It's done.
There's the door.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, so she was like, oh, really? Wow. Then I asked you, what are you doing? And you said, oh, I'm hanging out. She didn't even say she was on a date. She was like, oh, I'm just hanging out with someone, or I'm just hanging out. And she kind of pointed to the person in the back. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, anyway, so, you know, again, I didn't think anything of it. So I'm chilling. I was like, okay, well, yeah, well, I'm hanging out with my people. We're about to go get some more drunk. I was like, yo, we have this VIP thing going on in here. Come through here, because I think actually the club that she said that they were trying to get into, we were going through that VIP or whatever. So I was like, hey, come through here. And then I said, oh, just hit me up on social media. You can find me, you know, just ask me where I'm at. I'll tell you where we're at in the club. And but then we just went our separate ways that night. And another night, I think the next day actually, you jumped in my DMs and said, hey, so sorry to hear about you and your girl. I was like, oh yeah, oh, yes. Like I'm not, but okay, like we're good. I was like, oh, we were on good terms. It just, you know, didn't work out, which is true. No hard feelings. And she was like, okay, well, if you ever need a drinking buddy, and I was like, lol, like I'll keep that in mind. But yeah, so I think she posted the drink that I ended up liking at the bar again, a whole nother night.
A whole other separate situation.
She was like, oh, if you ever need a drinking buddy, so she posted that drink that I like at the bar. I was like, oh, I want one. And she was like, oh, come through. I was like, actually, I'm over here. And she was like, oh. She was like, oh, you're downtown. I was like, oh yeah, you can come through over here. I'm over here instead because I got plans. What we doing is more lit. So she came through and hung out. Came through, hung out, we had some fun. We hung out for like a couple hours. You left, went home. And then the next time after that, I think like a couple weeks later, that's when, yes, she asked me out on a date.
Yep.
She asked me out on a date. We made up by the car for 45 minutes, not an hour. After we ate dinner, which was a very long dinner. It was a good, interesting conversation. Even though at first I was like, wow, she looks really rough today. But the conversation was so great. So I was like, she kept me entertained, which was awesome. Yeah.
Good times.
It was good times.
And now we're married.
45 minutes later, and I was like, hey, so you trying to... Well, it was cool.
It was definitely an experience.
It was cool. It was an experience. I think you asked me to hang out again or something. But yeah, you did. But then the hurricane was coming. It was all kind of weird stuff happening at that time. Then we didn't hang out for like a little while. But eventually, I think we picked up. Like during the hurricane, I went to go visit you at the bar because they had you working and stuff.
Yes.
And
we used to FaceTime every day, all day. We used to be on the phone all day, every day. I mean,
thank goodness for the hurricane.
Thank goodness for the hurricane. But also, like, I think one of the biggest things that this relationship has taught me was that I used to work a lot. And I made time for my relationship. And I appreciated that of Steph, too, because when we first started dating, I mean, we were both working ridiculous amount of hours. You know, so, I mean, she's always been a busy person, period. So we really, like, worked hard on just like hanging out with each other. So at some points we would spend 3-4 days back to back at whoever's house, and we'd just stay there and like, you know, like either we'd see each other in the morning or go to bed together, you know. But I mean, it was crazy. At some point we just clicked and never separated.
Yeah.
I like sharing my bed with you.
I like sharing my bed with you. That's our meeting story. It's a laid back, chill, kind of weird because it's like it wasn't the intention. And then I thought she was trying to be my friend, but I don't think I read that correctly.
You thought I was what?
Trying to be my friend. It was gonna be cool. Like I was like, oh yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, friends that make out for sure and get married. Did you see us getting married like when we first started dating?
No. What? What?
That is so terrible.
That's just weird. Why would I see us getting married when we first started dating?
You know, like when people say love at first sight. Like,
no, I don't think so. That's how you felt?
Yeah.
Aw. No, I'm not saying that it wasn't possible, but...
And now we're divorced.
I didn't know. Because look, I had to... Peep this. I just got out of a relationship, alright? So, if you hear the story, then you understand, like, it was... Like, I just got out of a relationship, like, maybe, like, a couple months before that. So, I was like, I'm not looking for that. You know? And I wasn't. I was out. I was in the streets. So... I was like...
The streets are calling my name.
Yeah. Hell yeah, I'm going to the streets. I was out. I was out every day. I was out every day with my, like, boys, with my homegirls. Like, we were chilling, getting lit. Like, I'm telling you, it was my party. Like, I was not in the mood for all that. Which is true. I mean, but we were chilling, you know. We got, you know, we were getting to know each other. It was a good vibe. I don't think I saw that because that's not... I don't think my head was in that space whatsoever. You know, I know with you, you know, I think maybe secretly you were looking for love.
Yeah, it was definitely, I
think you wanted to be, like, love.
Yeah, I wanted to be in
correctly.
love. Yeah.
Well, like, wanted to be loved. You feel like you wanted to be loved, right, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I definitely wanted to be in a really good, healthy relationship. I really wanted to be a full adult. Like, I wanted to, because before Steph, I didn't want to get married or have kids or anything like that. It was not in my future goals, if you will. And then I met Steph, and I saw all the things that I wanted in a partner in her, and I was like, oh no, like, I definitely want to have your kids. I definitely want to get married to you because you are the person that I want. You're the person that makes me a better person. So immediately I was like, oh yeah, you're not going anywhere. Like, I don't care what it is, you know, like, with any relationship you have to work hard, but in this one I will definitely say that this relationship taught me, 1, to become an adult, and 2, to really try. So just seeing that alone in myself and wanting to change, I was like, oh yeah, no, you're not going anywhere. We're definitely getting married.
We were talking about, like, life goals one day, and she was like, oh yeah, she don't want no kids or anything. I was like, no, I definitely want some kids. I was like, and she was like, yeah, like, you couldn't be together forever, just like no kids and stuff. I was like, I was like, no, we could be like, you know,
Fun buddies. I said fun buddies.
I said the bad word, but I was like, we could be fun buddies if you won't. But it ain't serious if that's not correct, because I'm a kind of person, I'm a very direct person. I don't like to waste time. I may not have wanted a relationship at the time. I knew eventually, you know, I would. And if we're spending time all the time and stuff like that, I'm like, yeah, probably eventually, you know, we'll probably get together or something, as long as, you know, we keep the good vibes. And I was just like, I don't want this to be a waste of time. So, you know, especially my wife is more emotional than me, you know. Babe was more emotional, so she was all like, and I'm like, man, okay, so like you're definitely in your feelings, so let me just make this clear. If that's the route that you're, you know, wanting us to get into or whatever, it's not gonna happen if you ain't gonna want no kids. Because what I'm not gonna do is waste my time. I'm not gonna be with somebody for 2, 3, 5 years, whatever. Like, imagine 5 years now and we wouldn't have got married or been married and not have no intention for no kids. You know, that's crazy. Now she rushing me for kids, so it's like, I don't know, the tables turn really. All right, now I'm like therapy.
Now I'm like day 247 of not being pregnant.
Maybe a brief vacation beforehand, but all right, we ain't gonna talk about it.
If you guys want more stories, please comment down below. We will definitely do another story time.
Yeah, comment down below if you think Stephanie was being a scallywag.
Okay, and look at my trophy for going after what you want. Boom. Look, she's shiny. She's shiny as hell.
That's the story. That's the story.
That's the story of me going after my own goals. Look at that.
I got a trophy too.
Goodbye. You didn't know.
I got a trophy too though.
She didn't have to work hard. I was thirsty. I was thirsty for my wife, and here we are.
No.
She didn't get no trophy. I, ladies and gentlemen, I worked hard, and we are here because of me.
Okay, all to you, man. You did all the work. That's right.
Exactly.
First story time. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Because, you know, we keep it lit, no quit.
Hey, we're out. Make sure you... Goddamn lip gloss. All right. Bye.